Now this little castle or keep, because it's basically just a tower, came with a black knight with a sword, and his shield has kind of a deserty uh, outlook picture with a sphinx and a pyramid and palm trees, and he's got a sword just like the knights that come originally with the castle, and he's the only he's the only other sword guy besides the two you get with the gold the gold knights and the black knight with the castle, because all the other knights that are multiples are usually like the flail or the axe or the mace. So he comes with this castle, and the reason why his shield has a desert theme is this castle was for playing in the sand or at the beach, because this tower up here is actually a mold to make sand castles, and you can pour sand on the top, and it'll go down the sides and go through this little seesaw, or go through this side, which has a little spinning uh, windmill thing. Or if you drop it through some slots in the front, they'll come out the mouths of the gargoyle faces right here with the holes. You could even stick the knight up on the balcony. There's a drawbridge that goes up and down because there's a moat. There's a moat on down here, which is pretty deep. It's almost as it goes up to the neck of the knights, and you could fill that up with water. Now the inside of it is empty. Just, but there is a ledge on the top for the second floor for the window. But down below, there's nothing down below. When you have the bridge out, it's kind of a jump down from the top. As you can see, it's like they just drop down. Now, what you could do if you have that dungeon with the skeleton I showed earlier, you could stick it in here like this, and then when they come in the door, they go on top of here, and then they could just climb down the side. So this kind of puts a use to this for this dungeon thing that I showed earlier, and it fits nicely in this compared to the big castle, where there's not really any spot to put it inside the main castle. And so I usually put this with this castle with the skeleton. And you can also take off the tower part and just put the mold right there, and then you have a small little like tower outpost that could be in front of the main castle. But I usually use this for either the Black Knights, or I make it a spot for the wizard, and for like a wizard tower, like so. But the knight that comes with it, obviously he'll go with the Black Knights, and I'll usually let like the wizard or the other king use this castle as their base. So that's the castle sand set for playing in the sand or whatever. And it did have a cannon that was like a water squirter, but I lost it a long time ago, because that's what you could sit it on. You could sit it on top of here, or sit it on top of here. But it just like was like a little cannon that was like a squeezing, that you could fill it up with water and squeeze it to squirt water out. And the last one I'll talk about is the siege tower, which came with two knights, one with a shield a shield and sword, and he's got like a special like metal, like silver shield in the shape of the tower as well as the logo on the Black Knights. So, and when the Black Knights are attacking the castle, they would need something big to help attack the castle. The other knight that came with it is he's got two claws, two big gauntlets, and his helmet's kind of like the shape of the dragon of the tower or dragon head. And you could pose the arms and even do a little twisting of the body too. Now the tower, as you can see, is almost as tall as the castle. And what the features the tower has is this hammer back here. When you pull the hammer back and then you release it, out the mouth shoots these arrows out the mouth of the dragon towards the castle, or onto knights on the ground. And it's got wheels to roll, so you can roll it right up to the side of the castle. And I noticed that it will park right up to the castle, and the nose will go right to this low part of in between the towers, so the knights can climb up on top and just walk across the top onto the castle. And it's this perfect height too, because he's got 1 foot on the wall, 1 foot on the tower right there. So it's like a siege tower. Now if the siege goes on, if they can't climb over the wall, they could roll it around to the front, and the knight with the gauntlets, they roll the tower up to the front, they drop the front bridge, and we got a battering ram that rolls out and can go after the drawbridge, try to knock that down. So it comes with an extra vehicle, a little like riding battering ram that I think every knight could ride. Yeah, every knight could ride it, but the one that fits like snugly, perfectly, is him. And if they have to go overnight and they can't get into the castle by nighttime, and they have to make camp, this tower has walls that fold out on each side, and then you can put knights on the top, and you have a little fort, so you can make a little camp outside of the castle, and you have ledges on each side of the walls to stand on. They could even stand inside the tower and look out the window. Or if you don't have the battering ram inside, you could fit 4 or 5 knights inside this tower and just roll it right up to the front of the castle or up to the side of the building to protect against the cannon or boulders or arrows that come through on here. And out of all the things, this one was probably my favorite. It's the biggest after the Tower Keep castle. This is the biggest vehicle that came with it. So that's the siege tower with its 2 knights and battering ram. So that was the whole set of the first series of the Great Adventures Castle from Fisher-Price. The second series castle had electronic sounds, and the artwork was slightly different than the artwork on these figurines. So I thought the simplicity of, they don't show their the eyes are covered up by the helmets or hats or whatever, and it's just a simplistic design and easy to stand up the figurine. But that was the entire set that I was able to get, and with the mail order wizard and his 2 knights. But there was one more figurine that I saw when I was double checking, all the characters. I saw that there was a exclusive KB or Toys R Us, some kind of exclusive that you had to like mail order, and I never saw anything showing that night, and it's a ghost night, I believe it is, and it's like a clear looking night. So this is like 99% of the first series of the Great Adventure Castle set. So if I don't even know if there's a way to get that last guy. I'm not sure, but I thought for a long time, because I had gotten the wizard in the mail, that I had the entire set until like a month or so ago when I was just looking up, double checking things on these, that I saw exclusive Ghost Knight, and I was like, what? And I clicked it and I saw the picture and I was like, yep, that goes to this. And it would be just a one night thing, because like the wizard I saw in the books and the ads for these figures, I would see pictures of the wizard. That's how I knew of that. But whatever that Ghost Knight was an exclusive to whatever store. So that's why I never saw it. And they never had any kind of thing next to where these were at the store, because I got each one of these when they came out at the store. So there wasn't any little sign next to the shelf saying, mail order for this, or send in the UPCs or whatever. So that's the whole entire Great Adventures Castle set series 1, except for the Ghost Knight. So if you like, hit like and subscribe. I'll try to get some more videos out of some other things that I haven't really seen on YouTube. So here's a video of the entire Great Adventures Castle. Bye.